Welcome to today's episode, where we delve into a story that not only dominates the headlines, but also encapsulates the shifting dynamics in global geopolitics. We are exploring the tensions that have arisen from President Trump's recent declarations regarding Greenland, a move that has prompted a cascade of international reactions and potentially significant shifts in diplomatic relations. The heart of this issue lies in President Trump's proposition to exert control over Greenland, a territory that is not only strategically significant, but also rich in natural resources. This has triggered an immediate and intense response from Denmark, the current administrator of Greenland, and the broader European Union. At first glance, the notion of seizing Greenland might appear startling, yet it's crucial to understand the broader context in which this demand is situated. Greenland's position in the Arctic makes it a geopolitical jewel, with access to untapped resources like rare earth minerals and newly navigable shipping routes due to melting ice caps. These aspects elevate Greenland from a remote landmass to a critical player in the ongoing great power competition, particularly between the United States, Russia, and China. President Trump's rhetoric, which suggests that global security necessitates U.S. control over Greenland, has escalated into what some are terming an international crisis. The announcement has fueled protests in Greenland and Denmark, as citizens express their fears over sovereignty and cultural erasure. The European leaders' reaction has been swift and robust, with threats to employ their trade bazooka by potentially barring U.S. companies from the European market. This standoff does not exist in a vacuum, but rather builds upon a pattern of aggressive trade and territorial demands that have characterized Trump's presidency. It coincides with a broader strategy that has seen tensions flare over other global territories, such as the Chagos Islands, and Trump's contentious calls for regime change in Iran. Against this backdrop, the upcoming World Economic Forum in Davos has shifted its focus from typical economic discussions to addressing these urgent geopolitical developments. The stakes are undeniably high. Any aggressive move by the United States regarding Greenland could unravel NATO alliances, a pillar of Western military strategy, given Denmark's integral membership. Such a development could also trigger a new era of economic warfare. The potential consequences extend beyond Europe, impacting global supply chains and consumer costs universally. The specter of 100% tariffs on allied nations like Canada further underscores a broader U.S. strategy to isolate any partner deviating from its diplomatic path. Militarily, the situation is equally tense. The Pentagon's readiness to deploy troops amid domestic unrest mirrors international saber-rattling, raising questions about the administration's priorities and the potential for further escalation. The notion of invoking the Insurrection Act domestically adds another layer of complexity to the administration's approach. The implications of this situation are profound, and they ripple across global stability. We may find ourselves at the cusp of a realignment of alliances and the acceleration of a multipolar world order. President Trump's idea of a new Board of Peace to potentially replace established institutions like the United Nations could reshape global governance. If left unchecked, this could embolden similar territorial ambitions elsewhere, such as in the South China Sea or Eastern Europe, while simultaneously fracturing Western unity against common threats. As world leaders gather in Davos, the world watches intently to see whether diplomacy can de-escalate the situation, or if we are witnessing the dawn of a new era of assertive U.S. expansionism. This evolving narrative is not just about power and control, but also about the fundamental values that underpin international relations and cooperation in the 21st century. In conclusion, the Greenland situation is emblematic of broader geopolitical trends, where economic, military, and diplomatic dimensions intersect. It challenges the post-World War II order that has defined international relations for decades. As we navigate this intricate landscape, the need for dialogue, mutual understanding, and a recommitment to shared values becomes ever more pressing. It is a moment for reflection and decisive action, not just by political leaders, but by the global community as a whole. Thank you for joining me today as we continue to explore these pivotal issues shaping our world.